What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother, Son Soul X, in his joint. Check it out. Hit us up, www.kingandilife.com, for all our podcast info. Subscribe to whatever podcast platform that you choose. Also, hit us up, KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Email us your suggestions, your feedback, and all that good stuff. Tune in to us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because we are all over all those social media platforms. Stay tuned for the good stuff. Yeah, we out. So, have you ever been in a situation to where you had a chick and, like, all bullshit aside, you was feeling this chick, loved her, in love with her, whatever. You were just feeling her, but every time you was around her, you ain't want her to be around. But when you wasn't around her, you missed the fuck out of her. You wanted her right by your side. Have you ever been in them situations?
Yes. Yes. Hell yeah. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like having damn near your right arm on you, you know?
Yeah.
As long as it's there,
you good.
I'm good.
But
if it's not there, you like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't feel right.
Right.
So that's when you go end up making those calls. Like, you know, I was thinking about some, you know, maybe we called it quits too soon, or, you know,
man.
Maybe I shouldn't have went with my homeboys. Maybe I should have came with you. Just craziness like that. But I've been there before.
And we have the nerve to blame them. Like there's situations like that where we need to get our heads together, because it's like we want them there, but it's like they're around us too much. And sometimes we feel like they're monopolizing our time or whatever the case may be, but it's like they really feel us like that, and they'll do anything for us. But we get in that headspace to where it's like, I love this, I love her, I love the fuck out of her, whatever the case may be, but it's like, I need my space.
Yep. And I think that exactly, you know, what it came down to was just to have enough personal space in between us. So when you stuck up, or someone stuck up underneath you 24/7, it's kind of like, okay, I don't want to do this right now. And it's basically you just saying you want your personal space, but you don't know how to clarify that with the other person. Or even if you do tell them, they don't actually fully grasp everything that you're telling them.
Yeah.
So they still, you know, steady come around and steady come kick it with you, and be calling you out of the blue, what you doing, where you going. Yeah. And you're like, man, god damn, we just talked a few hours ago.
Yeah. And you know, part of the issue is with us is we kind of make ourselves feel like we're obligated to certain things when it comes to that person. And it's like, we're not obligated, we're just not communicating shit right. And it's like, that's part of the problem.
Okay. So let me ask you this then. Have you ever had that one where you look back on it now and you're like, that's the one that got away? Yeah, that's the one I should have fucking kept right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I honestly have like two of them that I can think of right offhand, but it's like, realistically, it'll never happen. Like, never happen. It's like that opportunity, probably is like 15 years way gone. But it's like, yeah, you know, it's that one that you feel like got away. And it's like, you think back, well, maybe if I did this, or maybe if that, or maybe this, but it's like, even though that's the one that you feel like got away, it's like when you think about it, it's like sometimes in those situations, you like, you know what? Had I really had the opportunity, would I have been ready? Would she have been ready? But hey, you can tell yourself all day, that's the one that got away.
Yeah, I do have that one that I feel really got away. Had we both been mature at that time, we probably would have still been together.
Right.
But as circumstances are what they are, it just is what it is, for me at least.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it now. Nothing I can do about it at all. Again, my situation is my situation, and that person's situation is that person's situation.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I'm sure it could have been, would have been, might have been, it's just not.
Right.
So
yeah, true that.
It is what it is, as they say.
Yeah, and then you find that hey, maybe it's for the best.
Yep.
You never know.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, it's a dope conversation.
For sure, man. For sure. We hit a lot of corners on this one right here, as they say.
Oh man. Yeah. Wow. I mean, just thinking about going back to an ex again, that takes it's really situational, because it's like, because it's like I could think of maybe like one or two situations, a relationship, or well, I could think of a relationship and a situation that I had where I wish I would have handled it differently, and two, I wish it was under different circumstances, because I was dealing with this chick, and we were just like, we were seeing each other. We didn't have anything concrete. There was no pressure. We was seeing each other. And she happened to get deployed, and we was communicating back and forth, blah, blah, blah. I had no desire on getting to a relationship. But I had started messing with this other chick, happened to claim her as my woman, posted all on social media, and didn't say anything to old girl that was deployed. And that messed that up. Yeah. The chick I was in a relationship with, that shit lasted probably like 6 months. But I couldn't go back to old girl who was deployed and be like, yo, blah, 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 because it was like, she found out I was in a relationship by what I was posting online. And it's like, damn, I should have handled that better. You know? But hey, I beat my chest. Unga bunga. I'm the man.
That right there. I mean, I always felt like with an ex, it's hard to get past the things that you guys have done to each other. You know, for the ones that it came to a spot where you guys were just doing more damage to each other than good. Those I know for a fact I can never ever go back to. And there were some that it was completely and totally on me. But I just don't feel like I can go back to those situations, either simply because I'm scared I would run into the same issue that caused us to, you know, go our separate ways, meaning I would start doing that same dumb shit that I was doing. But for those two that I would have to go, let me reconsider this situation. I would still have to have, it'll be a minute before I took my wall down with them.
For you to go back and deal with those people.
Say that again?
For you to go back and deal with those people if the situation was what it was.
Yeah.
And,
It would
yeah.
It would still take me, if I went back to them, it would take me a period to feel comfortable enough to let my walls down with them, even though the issue wasn't them.
Right.
Again, I just feel like people can forgive you, but they don't freaking forget. They just don't.
When it comes to that, funny thing about that, there's only one person that the relationship ended bad that I would never, ever, ever under any circumstances take that person back. And that was my third wife. That is the only woman on this planet that is an ex that I would never, ever take back under any circumstances. Now, with anybody else, well, let me see. That was one ex that I would not take back. And there are probably two females that I just dealt with that I would never, ever deal with again. But outside of that, crazy enough, most of the women that are exes or that I've dealt with before, most of them I would deal with again in some capacity.
Right.
It wouldn't have to be a relationship. We could just be friends, or we can be sex part, whatever the case may be. Because for me, certain situations have a statute of limitations on the dumb shit that happened between us. And yeah, like some of them, if the situation came up, I probably hang out with them, bang they back out. If it was a situation to where we talked, maybe consider some type of relationship, but I wouldn't go out and actively pursue those situations. If it happened, it happened. But I'm not gonna go out and be like, damn, what if? Let me go try it. No, I'm not gonna do all that. But yeah, it's only 3 women on this planet that I've dealt with that I would never ever deal with again.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. For me, I couldn't go back and chase something that I already had before. I would be more open to a new situation. But for an ex, I have no problem with kicking it or, doing that grown up thing, as they say.
Right.
But as far as, again, as a serious relationship, it's only a couple I would seriously give it thought. But
yeah.
even then, like I said, I would be very cautious about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but at the end of the day, when people say, "Oh, such and such is an ex for a reason," it's like, how valid is that? You know, I think pain makes people say that. Because I know I used to hear people say that, and I would feel the same way. But like, somebody could hurt my feelings or whatever the case may be. But if the opportunity was there for us to be together in some type of way, I would still go do it. But yeah, I mean, overall, you just gotta you gotta manage that accordingly. Manage your emotions, manage your actions and reactions, and just be aware of the situation, your faults, their faults, or whether it's toxic or not. But yeah, there's sometimes when going to an ex is not an option, and there's sometimes when going to back to an ex is up for debate. But hey,
Sure that.
it's whatever.
That's all I got on it, man. That's all I got on it.
That's all I got to. Oh man.
So again, you guys can reach out to us on Instagram. You can reach me at SunSolex74 on Instagram. And what's your Instagram again?
You hit me up on Instagram at SoulToucherThePoet_official on Instagram. And you can hit us up on damn near every social media platform at King and I Life Podcast. Hashtag that at King and I Life Podcast. You'll find us all the social media platforms. So definitely check us out, hit us up, and like Son So Lex said, if you want to be on the platform, let us know.
Definitely. And we also have a musical guest that we are trying to get on the show. They've been in the music industry for a while now, and their music is phenomenal. And I'm trying to think of their name right now, so forgive me here.
I was just about to look it up. Carly in the Universe.
Yes, Carly in the Universe. So if you guys never heard of them or have heard of them, I'm sure you can agree with me. If you heard of them, they are an awesome group, awesome band. You can check them out on YouTube. Again, Carly in the Universe. I love their music, and their videos it give me that tingly feeling like, what's gonna be next?
Oh yeah.
So you guys can
go ahead.
You guys can look out for them. We're gonna be playing their music tomorrow during our live, if memory serves me correctly. So anyway, just be on the lookout for them. Carly in the Universe.
Yeah, yes. So look out for that. Hey, King and I Life Podcast, it's your boy, Soul Touch the Poet, my brother.
Son Soul Lex.
And we will catch y'all on the next one. We out.
Deuces to the truces.